I mean, I kind of said this to you before, and anybody please chime in, but I think in this situation, the first thing is just really focusing on, like, first of all, like, it's out of your control, right? You had no control over hurting yourself, and this is with any injury that we have or any setback that's out of our control. This is something that I've been working on a lot with anything that happens that's out of my control. It's like, okay, I literally cannot do anything about this, so I'm not going to let it, like, have any of my energy, right? Like, I can't control anything about the situation or whatever parts of that situation I can't control. So there's no sense in me giving my energy to that or my stress to that when I could give my energy into the things that I can control, right? That's the mindset that it takes a long time to get there, but, like, that's what I work on every single morning during my, like, little meditation thing. It's like, what can I control? Focus on that. So with you, I think that focusing on, like you said, you've been doing some lower body movements. You've been doing things that you can do. And obviously your arm is getting better. So it's going to take a little bit of time and patience until that gets back to like 100%. But even just utilizing some different machines at the gym that you maybe haven't explored before, that could be an option, like machines that maybe, if you're doing, maybe you incorporate a little bit more hamstring curls or, leg extensions, those types of things where you don't necessarily need to use your arms. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be just like any injury, right? It's going to take a little bit of time to get back into it. But again, with that, it's like, okay, if I can't lift, like I was before, it's just going to take, it's not like you're never going to be able to get back to lifting. It's just going to take, healing. There's a healing process that you go through. And also realize too that, your body is very, very good at muscle memory. So like, even if you take a few weeks off or you have to take a few weeks off due to something that's going on, you're going to get back into it really, really quickly, even just after a few weeks. So don't worry too much about that. Obviously if you're taking like months off, like if it's months, then that is going to be a little bit harder, but a few weeks is nothing. You'll be right back to where you were within like a week of getting back into normal. But then also, like you said, like focusing on, okay, if I can do some more condition, especially because I know that you're kind of coming to the tail end of your fat loss phase, like, all right, let me double down on my nutrition and maybe some more conditioning that I wasn't doing and kind of fill those time gaps with that. Because that in itself can be something that you maybe, like the exercise portion or the lifting portion was taking up a little bit more of the time there. So let's take that time and put it towards other things that are still productive. And then there's other tips and tricks and things like that, if this does last a longer period of time than you thought it was, or you think it's going to last, like if it's an injury that's going to last a few months, there are things like, for example, weight vests that can be useful if you are, like, I don't know if your gym has one or you can buy one. Oh, you have one. Oh, perfect. Well, there you go. A weight vest, because that is going to add weight, right? So if you're doing squats and maybe you can hold some dumbbells, but maybe they're not super heavy. So maybe you put that weight vest on, so you're adding more weight, and it's not compromising any of your limbs, right? So like it just adds more weight to that, and then you can do tons of stuff with just that. So I would utilize that for sure, especially if you already have one. I don't even have a weight vest. I'm jealous.